Share it on Telegram. Okay, it's done. We can start now. The first one today is Mete.
Hello, everyone. I'm still working on the getting from the PIDs and still doing some research about it. And I believe that I can propose a solution about that today. And I hope that if I can find anything helpful, I will share with Thomas and we can discuss about it.
Of course, yeah. Um, if you get stuck at any point, or if you wanna, like, even if you want some early feedback on something you're thinking about, and try doing a sanity check to see if that makes sense, I'm available for that. Okay, thanks for the update. The next one is God's Power.
Good day, everyone. Um, Yesterday I couldn't do much, but this morning I started work on mechanization of list of composite objects, mainly because the issue on mechanization of it is a bit chaotic right now. So I'll just and I've made some progress. So I should make a PR by today. I should make a PR today on mechanization of list of composite objects, and then I should go back to the one of the list later when, yeah.
That's awesome. That sounds like great progress. Thank you. The next one is Fernando.
Yes. For my part, yesterday I addressed all the comments related in the PR of the SLC generic specters. I think all of them are resolved, especially the sanitize function. It worked perfect. It simplified a lot of the code. Yeah, and today I have to keep working in the Beacon API unit test PR.
That sounds awesome. Thanks for the update. I will re-review the other one at some point today. Thank you. Martin is next.
Hey everybody, so yesterday I've been fixing the sync test. It was I thought there was a bug on GitHub, but apparently it was not that, but it was like the way the tests are structured was a little bit weird. So yeah, I had to do some changes, but I have a PR with those tests working now. So yeah, that PR is ready to review. This morning I also tried to. So Sepolia has been forked to Encun, and I wanted to try if anything still works, but yeah, of course it doesn't. So yeah, was wondering how do we approach that? Like potentially one solution, the simplest one I guess would be to wait to continue working on mainnet for now and wait until the mainnet is migrated. The other one is to take this opportunity of having different forks across different networks and start thinking about the logic about being able to support multiple forks. So yeah. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna also start working again on storing the execution status of the DB. I've been delaying that for too long now. So yeah, that's it for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a very interesting point. The Encun one. I think that it would be very useful maybe from next week on that we start doing some research on what changed. I'm not up to date with the updates in the the nev update for the consensus part. And if we know like which things are updated, maybe we can plan a strategy for that specific fork, and then we can like roll out in future versions something more generic. But yeah, thanks for the update. What else? Yeah, the last one to give the update. I've mostly been on the one hand reviewing a bit of PRs, and then most of yesterday was doing the workshop. For unfortunately, I won't be able to give the workshop today, but I moved it to tomorrow. Hopefully, everyone can still come. So yeah, it's a very interesting topic. I hope that you all can enjoy it, and we'll see. We'll see all of that tomorrow. Yeah, I don't have anything else myself. Do we have any final comments or questions?
So I think yesterday we talked about the values coming from, like the values we use in testing regularization of bit lists. Well, I was hoping maybe we could have a call to like look into it, because the values, the deserialized value and the serialized value are the same thing. And you mentioned it yesterday, so maybe we could have a call to look into it together, because without that, I don't think that the tests are properly testing what we are supposed to test.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I think like not right now because I will not be available for a bit, but maybe in an hour and a half or something like that. Does that work for you? Are you still around, or is it too late over there?
Yeah, it's not too late, but it also depends on if Fernando's available too.
yeah. With the sanitize function, I think that issue is resolved, because in the sanitize part we use the models that release with vectors to the code that part of the YAML5. But yeah, we can review it.
Yeah, because one of the things that we address on the comments in Fernando's PR was how to test the encoding and decoding of bit lists with this weird format that the specs have, which is an understandable thing. Like the thing is that, for instance, for containers, there's a very straightforward way to represent them in YAML, which is like dictionaries. But for bit lists, there's no standard way, right? Because the spec writers cannot assume what's the internal representation you can use. So they basically cannot represent that in our internal representation, because we arbitrarily choose big endian representation. And we chose it for, I think, reasonable reasons, but those are ours, and others may represent those in a different way. So for instance, I think that the Rust implementation, that Lighthouse uses the implementation as it comes from, like exactly as it is. I'm not sure about this. Don't quote me on this one. While we like change our internal representation. So what I proposed to Fernando was a way to, like, once you parse the YAML, you have the final, like, actual representation that we use, and afterwards you just treat that as an encoding or decoding problem, like a regular one. But yeah, sorry. Let's actually have a call in a bit. But it may be useful for you to read the Fernando's PR at the current state. I haven't checked it yet, but if the comments were addressed, which I think they were, you should be able to see something in the generic tests that helps you. But we still can do the call, like maybe in an hour and a half or something like that.
Okay, I'll check out the PR. I didn't know it was updated, but I'll check out the PR before the call. So maybe I'll be clear before.
Yeah, especially in I think that the tests would be especially useful, like the spec tests that Fernando was working on. All right. And also, like, if after reading the tests there's still some doubts, which is probably the case, feel free to just like write a small description of an example in Telegram, and we can still have the call, but we have the example to like begin the discussion.
Okay.
But thank you. Yeah, it's a very important issue. We should discuss it. And bitlist representation is tricky. I won't discuss that. So yeah. Okay. Any other comments or questions? All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for joining, and see you all tomorrow.
Sure.